Well, yeah, I did it. I went out and got the GoPro Hero 12 Black. The little speckled GoPro. Why did I get it? Well, twofold. First off, to let you know, is it actually worth, if you have the GoPro Hero 10 or the 11, is it worth upgrading up to the 12? And number two, I did a community post poll just to see, were you guys interested in me getting the GoPro Hero 12? And a resounding 65% of you said yes. The top one was, I'd love to see your honest review of it at 45%. The second one was, yes, compare it to the GoPro Hero 11, the Hero 10, and the Action 4. And in third place was the been waiting for you to do it at 3% for a total of 65%. This is going to be a quick first look at the GoPro Hero 12 just to see how it performs. By the way, don't make a judgment yet because there's a lot more videos of this Hero 12 coming up. And if you're new here, consider subscribing because you're not going to want to miss it, because I'm going to compare this bad boy to a ton of cameras in different scenarios. Anyway, let's check out its video quality, see how it looks. All right, just walking around testing out the GoPro Hero 12 Black because it's just my little first look at it. Just downloaded the initial software or the initial firmware to activate it. And just seeing what it looks like. Right now I'm shooting in HDR 5.3K 30 frames per second because I'm really intrigued with what the HDR possibly can offer with this camera. And of course, all the audio that you're listening to is from the built-in microphones on the GoPro Hero 12. I'm really curious about one thing, and I guess that's going to be the burning question for a lot of people, is the 12, is it just a firmware updated GoPro Hero 11 Black? And there's really only one way to answer that question, and that's going to be comparing it to the GoPro Hero 11 Black. It's very overcast today, as you can tell from all the clouds around me, so it's not the greatest lighting condition for an action camera, because we all know with the small sensor on an action camera, it needs a lot of light to be able to perform correctly. But I can tell you, over the next couple of days, I'm going to be testing this GoPro Hero 12 very intensely to really see, is there an improvement? Because we know hardware-wise, there's not. Yes, the outside is different. Yes, it's got speckles on the outside. Yes, they say that they've improved the battery life on it, and we'll have to test that. And of course, if you've been watching this channel at all for any length of time, you know one of the really cool things I like to do, I like to show comparisons. I like to compare one camera to another. So I'm going to compare this 12 to the GoPro Hero 8, the 9, the 10, the 11, the Action 4, and I'll even throw in the Insta360 Go 3 just for giggles from a vlogging standpoint, just to see how it looks. And of course, we got to check out its Hypersmooth 6.0 to see, is the stabilization better on the 12 than what it was on the 11? And then we'll throw the Action 4 into the mix for stabilization. But we'll do those tests in the next video. So if you want to see, is the 12 really worth it? Because there's a lot of people saying, oh, the GoPro Hero 12 is the king of action cameras. A little bit too early to tell if it's really the king or not, because we have to see, is there any issues with it? Is there any freezing with it? Is there any audio sync problems with it? Is there any audio crackling like on the GoPro Hero 9? These are a lot of questions that we need to answer without GoPro being involved. And yes, I bought the 12 with my own money, so you know that the review that you're going to get is an honest opinion for me. And by the way, do me a favor in the comment section, tell me what kind of test that you'd like for me to run on this Hero 12 that you would like to see to make an informed decision, because my final video on the Hero 12 will tell you everything I found and my honest opinion if it's really worth it or not. By the way, if you're new here, you may want to consider subscribing, give the video a thumbs up, because a lot of testing with this GoPro Hero 12 coming up very shortly. That's where I need to be right now, in the pool.